Shit, he better. He better take me serious, but I don't think so. I think they training. I think they're training as hard as they can. Um, I think they putting a little, trying to put a little mastermind squad together to coach for this fight, and it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna tell you like this: we're preparing for the best Gervonta Davis that's gonna be, that everyone's ever seen. That's what we're preparing for. We're not preparing for a guy who might not be focused. We're not preparing for a guy who might be lazy or anything like that.
Everything seemed to be going smoothly until everything suddenly changed. The highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach had already become one of the biggest talking points on the 2025 boxing schedule. Then, during the official press conference in New York, an unexpected backstage incident completely shifted the spotlight. Tank's frustration boiled over, and the situation quickly escalated beyond a simple disagreement. Tensions rose fast as security personnel rushed in to keep things from getting worse. Heated shouting filled the area, and the confrontation came so close to turning physical that chairs were nearly tossed. In an instant, the atmosphere became tense and uncomfortable. Here's everything that happened.
Think about what I lost. Go in there and get my man.
Your biggest fear is losing. How do you bottle that feeling up right before you step in?
The event began with the usual pre-fight routine, including the traditional face-off for photographers and media. Everything followed the expected script at first. However, the moment Lamont Roach stepped inside the venue, the atmosphere noticeably changed, and the tension became impossible to ignore.
Nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He hard.
There wasn't a hint of a smile or any sign of uncertainty. From the moment he arrived, his focus and intensity stood out. It was obvious he wasn't attending simply to promote the event. He intended to send a clear message. The press conference itself remained under control, even though the tension was easy to notice. Tank responded with several icy looks, while Roach handled each question with the confidence of someone determined to prove himself. A few quiet moments of disrespect surfaced during the exchange, but the situation didn't truly erupt until the broadcast ended and the cameras were no longer recording. According to multiple reports, the situation escalated as soon as Tank and Roach came face to face behind the curtain. With the cameras off, no officials nearby, and months of built-up tension between them, the atmosphere quickly became volatile. Tank moved in, standing nose-to-nose with Roach as his voice grew louder, and he pointed directly at him. Roach refused to back away or show any reaction, and that was the moment the confrontation erupted. Security rushed in from every direction as the confrontation reached its highest point. Raised voices filled the hallway while the tension continued to build. Roach's trainer quickly stepped between the fighters, and members of Tank's team worked to pull him away before the situation got worse. Standing only inches apart, both men continued exchanging heated words as emotions ran high. The incident came incredibly close to becoming physical before it was finally brought under control. After what unfolded, this rematch has become more than a personal rivalry. It now carries an even greater sense of intensity. The first meeting with Lamont Roach, the one that ended in a controversial draw, left a lasting mark on Tank's reputation. He didn't appear as dominant or untouchable as many had expected. Instead, he looked vulnerable, a step slower than usual, and less prepared than fans were used to seeing. At the same time, Roach showed no fear of Tank's punching power and competed with complete confidence from start to finish.
Rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world.
One of the biggest talking points came in the 9th round, when Roach forced Tank down to one knee. The referee ruled it a slip rather than scoring it as a knockdown, a decision that immediately sparked widespread debate. Many observers argued that if the moment had been counted as a knockdown, Roach would likely have walked away with the victory.
Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for. Like when you watch all his other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. And when he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences, he was just saying he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like himself.
It just felt like I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tink that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecards, I'm gonna go out and go get it. I didn't see it that fight, and I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life, sometimes you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
The first fight with Lamont Roach, yeah, the one that ended in a controversial draw, left a scar on Tank's reputation.
Tank managed to keep his unbeaten record intact, but only by the narrowest of margins. Roach, meanwhile, left the event with growing support from many fans, who viewed his performance as a moral victory that end the weeks that followed. Roach continued to speak confidently about the outcome. He described Tank as overrated, questioned his level of preparation, and suggested that the rematch was being avoided. Those comments didn't appear to be forgotten, and the frustration eventually seemed to boil over during the backstage confrontation.
Power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like being up close and personal. Obviously, I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna tell him.
Roach has earned a new level of respect from boxing fans. Many analysts now consider him one of the toughest challenges in the 135-pound division, and fellow fighters have begun viewing him as a legitimate threat at the same time. Tank has faced a series of distractions outside the ring. Ongoing legal issues, constant media attention, discussions about retiring earlier than expected, and reports linking him to a possible exhibition with Jake Paul have all kept his name in the headlines. While he's continued to secure major financial opportunities, many believe those distractions have made it harder for him to maintain the same level of focus and composure.
Countered it. They would have countered it, would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He did a little distracted in the fight.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
you know, funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit.
Tank has been balancing training with legal matters and a growing list of distractions outside the ring. When the two step back into the ring in August, Roach is expected to arrive focused on finishing the job. For Tank, the rematch is about showing that his commitment and determination remain as strong as ever.
Oh, nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the head. Right there it is. Oof. And, oh, Davis just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment.
Load with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with it.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Nice
wow.
combination from Roach. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. Nice combination. Got just over around 11 as well.
Maybe him getting fouled.
Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed.
Has to keep doing that. Roach said the familiarity, knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say it.
The decision is a majority.
The story becomes even more remarkable from here. Floyd Mayweather, who once guided Tank's career, helped develop him into a major pay-per-view attraction and promoted him under Mayweather Promotions, is now working alongside Lamont Roach. That's a dramatic shift. Floyd is now spending time in Roach's camp, offering guidance, helping him prepare, and studying film with him. The same mentor who once stood firmly behind Tank is now assisting the opponent, determined to hand him one of the biggest setbacks of his career.
Was astounding because you have to remember Tank Davis was a 16-1 favorite going into this fight. Lamont Roach, while a WBA champion, was moving up from 130 pounds and no one thought he had a chance. And the general demeanor of Tank Davis going into this fight was like, hey man, I'm kind of done with this. I got 3 fights left. I'm going to be done by the end of 2025. I don't really like...
Tank has previously accused Floyd of limiting his career opportunities, while Floyd has publicly questioned Tank's professionalism on several occasions. Now, with Floyd working alongside Roach, many see the situation as a calculated move in an already intense rivalry.
Zero. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that mixed.
If Roach defeats Tank, especially with Floyd playing a role in his preparation, the result would represent far more than a victory. Many would see it as a defining turning point, signaling a shift in power and serving as validation for everything that has been said leading up to the rematch. That's why many believe the stakes have become so personal for Tank.
You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter. Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely. Tank, the biggest risk is losing the image of being nearly impossible to beat. A defeat would challenge the long-standing belief that he is untouchable, place future blockbuster matchups under greater uncertainty, and raise new questions about his standing and legacy in the sport.
He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
This
it.
exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Roach enters the rematch with every intention of finishing what he started. He understands just how competitive the first fight was and knows many fans believed he had done enough to win. Since then, he has continued studying Tank's tendencies, movement, and areas he believes can be exploited. With Floyd now offering guidance in his corner, the stakes have grown even higher. This contest is about more than settling unfinished business. It has the potential to reshape the balance of power surrounding both fighters.
Man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it.
After everything that has unfolded, some fans are questioning whether Tank should even step into the ring for another fight with Roach. The recent events have only added to the tension, making the rematch feel far more intense than a typical championship bout.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had an overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a...
There are also reports suggesting that Shakur Stevenson is already exploring the possibility of a future matchup with Roach. If those discussions eventually lead to a fight, it would add another major chapter to an already crowded lightweight division.
He's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
Many see it as a calculated strategy. If Tank chooses not to go through with the rematch and Shakur faces Roach instead, the entire conversation could change. Should Shakur defeat the man who challenged or potentially beat Tank, the spotlight could quickly shift in his favor. The narrative would become that Shakur conquered the opponent who had already proven he could trouble Tank. From that perspective, Shakur could strengthen his position at the top of the division without ever sharing the ring with Tank. If events unfold that way, the rivalry between Tank and Shakur could be shaped as much by public perception as by an actual fight.
I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just going to look bad on the fight with me. So it's going to look like somebody else already did it.
You want Tank to knock you out, yo. I heard him say, like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
Look. That sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
Frank Martin, however, has a different perspective on what happened in the first fight. In his view, Tank's performance was affected by the confidence he carried from their history as amateurs. Having defeated Roach years earlier, Tank may have expected the professional rematch to follow a similar pattern and believed he could handle him without facing the same level of resistance. But Roach had developed into a completely different fighter. He had improved in every area of his game, arrived better prepared, and pushed Tank through one of the toughest fights of his career. According to Frank Martin, that experience changed everything. With the rematch now officially set, Martin believes Tank has a much clearer understanding of the challenge ahead. He doesn't expect Tank to overlook Roach this time or take him lightly. Instead, he believes Tank will enter the ring fully focused and determined to deliver a commanding performance. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest boxing news and analysis. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.